Hey everyone, welcome back to Cody Tarot. I'm your tarot reader, Cody. So for today's pick a card, we are going to be doing what blessed changes are coming your way. I want to pull some cards for timing. I know that's not my strong suit. I know other readers are like really good at figuring out when things are going to happen, and that's just not my like forte as a reader. But I'm going to try and pull some cards for that, and yeah, we'll see what happens with that. With that said, we're going to be trying to figure out what these changes are going to bring, like what blessed changes are coming your way that are going to be different for you, that are going to surprise you, that are going to be something really positive that's like kind of surprising, basically. So with that said, let's get into our groups. We have 3 crystals to choose from. Each crystal corresponds to a group in the reading. So for group 1, we have this black phantom quartz for group 1. And for group 2, we have rhodonite. And for group 3, we have blue lace agate. So those are your 3 crystals you can choose from today. Take a moment to meditate on them if you need to. With that said, just use your intuition, and I'm sure you guys will find the right crystal, the right pile. So with that said, let's get into your reading, starting with group number 1, the Black Phantom Quartz. Oh yeah, pause the video here if you need some more time to choose your crystal. Hey group 1, this is if you picked the Black Phantom Quartz. This will be your reading. So let's get into it. I'm really excited to get into today's reading. It's been a while since I have filmed one of these. I feel like it's been forever. But yeah, let's see. Let's get into your guys' reading. So first I'm going to pull one of these. I forget what this deck is called. Hold on, let me look it up. This is the Magical Spell Cards deck by Lucy Cavendish. So that's what this deck is, if you want to know. We're going to pull one card from here. Let's see what card wants to come out for group 1 with the Black Phantom Quartz for what blessings. Okay, this card wants to come out. We have Victory. Wow. And I also want to pull a Moonology Oracle card, and this deck is by Yasmin Boland. But this is going to be like a little bit for timing of when your this new change is coming into your life, this new blessed change. And it's also going to be a little bit about, I'm going to use it in the reading as well, but this is just to give us a little extra oomph. And then I'll get into the tarot cards, and I'm going to be pulling some playing cards today as well. This card wants to come out. We have Conclusions Are Within Reach, Full Moon Eclipse. And let's draw some tarot cards. These tarot cards do not want to shuffle today. Lately, I have not been using reversals as much in my readings, but I feel today I might take them into account. Maybe not use them fully, but I'm going to take them into account a little bit just to add some flavor to the reading. And let's see what cards want to come out for group 1. These ones kind of want to come out. We have the 8 of Wands reversed, and we have the 5 of Swords reversed. And this card wants to come out. We have this one also want to come out. We have Temperance and the Queen of Wands. And I'm also going to pull a playing card. And this is just going to help a little bit more with the timing and also what the blessing is going to be. This card wants to come out. We have the 4 of Spades. Let's put that right there. Perfect. Okay. Let's see here. What do you guys have in your spread? Okay, so far this is looking like, let's see. Okay, let me just get into it. So what should I start with? I'm going to start with this Eight of Wands because this is kind of the energy that you guys are coming out of, or you're still in right now. And with conclusions are within reach, I feel like a lot of you guys have that pick group 1 have some kind of problem that's been really weighing on your mind. Like there's some kind of thing in your life or aspect in your life that you've had to like deal with problem solving a lot. Like you're trying to find quick solutions or quick answers, or you've had to been, and because it's in reverse, I feel like you guys have been forced into making quick decisions, and that's not normally your nature. I see that the kind of vibe that I'm getting with you guys is that you kind of, with this Four of Spades card, and this is kind of what's coming in, it's like you guys prefer, you're basically getting your preferred working environment is kind of what I'm saying. I see you guys prefer to like work hard and steadily towards your goals, but without having any kind of like surprises thrown in your way along the way, if that makes sense. And you guys have had to do a lot of problem solving, which is not really in your nature, I'm seeing. I'm definitely seeing with conclusions or within reach, these problems are going to be like this, especially with this Eight of Wands, it's like this fast-paced environment of problem solving is going to be coming to a close, basically. With the Five of Swords here, I see that there was a lot of physical pressure on you guys to make these decisions quickly and accurately, and to kind of be the smartest one in the room. There was a lot put on you, especially with this Queen of Wands here, talking about kind of like a figurehead position. There's been a lot put on you guys, and specifically with these decisions that you've had to make. This could be in a work environment. This could be even with your friends. You might have had to make some decisions with your friends. Maybe your friends were going through some struggles and you were the one who had to be the responsible one to make these quick decisions. Maybe there was drama and you had to make a decision on the fly and you didn't want to make a decision. You wanted to think things through, but because of this fast-paced action, you were forced into making a decision quickly. I also see that like this kind of fast-paced action that you guys are kind of like, I don't feel like you guys like it as much, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. But I'm seeing that it's falling away. It's like the one thing that's coming that's a positive change is the pressure is being lifted, right? Especially with the Five of Swords here with this guy. He's like collected all the swords with these other guys in the background. I see that you're not necessarily being pushed into the leadership role. For some of you with the Queen of Wands, I'm getting two different messages here. The Queen of Wands to me talks about someone who is either really extroverted or really introverted, or knows how to balance those two worlds. So sometimes when it comes up in a reading like this, I can see it basically saying that whatever mode you've been in, you're going to be pushed into the other mode. So for example, if you've been out partying, socializing, hanging out with people, dealing with this drama with your friend group, if that's what's going on, or dealing with the drama with work associates and trying to problem solve with them, there's going to be a period where you're going to be going within. With this mysterious cat here, I feel like you guys are going to have this period. Your angels also with the Temperance card here are kind of, or whatever divine thing you believe in, is bringing you a little bit of solitude, right? Away from this kind of hectic environment that you've been in. That's really something that I think for a lot of you is going to be a really big breath of fresh air. And with victory here, I feel like it's going to come because you were victorious in a specific situation. It's like, with this pressure releasing and these problem solving, it's like you did a good job. It was like an environment that you weren't really used to, but you did a good job with it. And I see a victory is assured. And this victory kind of is like this period where you can take a break almost. I'm almost reading this Four of Spades similarly to the Four of Swords in tarot, where it's like a period of rest. But the Four of Spades, as a playing card, I also see, just as a playing card by itself, I see as like steady kind of work and steady progress in your health too. So I do see like rest in the sense of like recovery in your health. I see you working like pretty consistently, but like either to yourself or just kind of without the drama. Now, for some of you who are watching this reading, it could be that this kind of quick problem solving and this pressure was put on you by yourself. Because I am saying with the Queen of Wands here, this extrovert introvert thing could go either way. So for example, if you've been really introverted lately, maybe you've been putting a lot of pressure on yourself to make decisions in your life really quickly. Maybe you've been putting a lot of pressure on yourself to come up with the right ways to do things. Maybe you've put all how do I put this? You put all the workload on your shoulders and you thought you alone are the only one who has to work or do it alone, right? With the Queen of Wands here, I'm saying that if you've been in a more introverted space with this kind of energy, with this kind of quick action pace and the pressure, I see that you're going to be coming into a more extroverted place, and vice versa. If you are more extroverted solving problems for people, you're going to be going into a more introverted place. This kind of period of your life is just to show you that, like, the reason this is happening is because it's a little reminder, nudge by the universe that says, you know, whenever you are feeling stressed in one world, you will get the other world as kind of like your reward, if that makes sense. So for example, if your outer world's been really hectic and chaotic, you have the peace of the inner world to go to, and vice versa. If your inner world's been really chaotic and just spending time alone has been really stressful, you have the outer world to go to. You can rely on people, you can rely on friends, you can rely on your associates and your coworkers. Now, I am saying that it could be either or. So some people watching this they're stuck in an extroverted pattern of just stressed out and working with others, working for others, trying to solve people's problems in a fast-paced environment that doesn't really suit them. And I also see with the Queen of Wands here that a lot of you are putting that pressure on yourself in an introverted place, you know, out of like expectation for yourself or something like that. Or maybe your job is very introverted into yourself and you have to work on that. I see that you guys are coming out and you guys will have a more social, relaxed attitude with people around you. That's kind of a more relaxed, easygoing kind of vibe. Or you'll find with the Four of Spades here that other people can really take the load off of your work. You know, if that makes sense. It's like working with others brings like benefits that you didn't realize before trying to do it all on your own. With conclusions or within reach, I am seeing that like this moon is kind of behind these trees, right? And so I am seeing that like with the timing, I see that like this is something that could be coming up pretty soon. Obviously, with the full moon and eclipse, this could be something that is coming to a peak at the eclipse of a full moon. And that's for some of you, but for a lot of you, I'm feeling that it's going to be happening quicker than later. It's going to be happening sooner than later. Now, it's all going to kind of, the thing with this is like victory. This is kind of your blessing. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. I think that your angels are bringing in this sense of victory for you, bringing in this triumph or this accomplishment so you can take a break. It's like you've really been pushing yourself against a wall a little bit, or knocking your head against a wall, kind of how I'm seeing it. And your angels are saying like, it's time for you to make a victory. Your hard work is going to pay off. And this is really just a timing thing, is kind of what I'm seeing. With Four of Spades here, I was pulling this card for timing as well. One thing that I'm seeing, spades to me represent winter months. So I do see that like this could be happening in the winter season. With four here, this could also be April. It could be happening in April, and it could be something along the lines of happening in April on a really like cold day, or a day that's like colder than the other days in April or something like that. And it could be this change, the seasonal change, right? That could be affecting you as far as like your mindset. For example, you might be like really just with all your friends, like taking care of all their problems, dealing with all this stuff. And then maybe a snowstorm hits and you have to stay inside. And then because you stayed inside, you realize that you like got more work done all alone, or like you got some things done alone that you didn't think you could get done. And maybe your energy recovered or something like that. So there is some kind of vibe of like, that makes this transition come through, this change coming through as like a victory, something becoming really successful in your life. So if you're working on a problem or trying to solve something, I see that you'll be victorious in it. It's just that you've had to push through with a lot of hard work to get to this victory is kind of what I'm seeing. But your reward is kind of like the opposite orientation. It's like if you've been stressed and extroverted, your reward is a very relaxed introverted time. If you've been stressed and introverted, feeling like you have to do it all by yourself, your reward is some help from other people and some like exciting group projects or either group environments that feel really recharging and relaxing. Now, I do see a lot of you with the Temperance card. This can come up when people feel like they're not protected by the universe, or they feel like the universe is not on their side at this given time. I want to like make it clear that your angels are kind of on your side. They're like working behind the scenes to make this kind of happen. And with Temperance here, this is also another meaning that's coming through. She's pouring the water from one cup to the next, right? So this is indicating that sometimes in life, you have these two cups. You know, you have the inner world and the outer world, and it's important to pour energy into each world equally. Or when one world's getting overwhelmed, to pour it into the other world and take a break, right? If you're feeling to like go, party, or go, solve the problem, you know, it's a time to take a step back and relax and recover. I'm also seeing that something that people have been like really trying to, push you into recently. I'm feeling pushed into actually, which is interesting. But I feel like people have been trying to get you to be quick-witted or come up with responses quickly, or maybe they're giving you shit about like not coming up with responses right away, or they want you to communicate quickly with them. I'm seeing that that's going to slow down, and you're going to be communicating with people at a pace that fits your own needs or fits your own tastes, basically. With Temperance here, this water flowing and her stepping in this water, your communication is going to flow like water. I also see with the Queen of Wands here, because this is a fire card, and the spades to me in like represent fire in the playing card system. I see that there's a sense of spark being lifted below you, if that makes sense. So for example, there's a warmth coming in that's going to make you feel like inspired is kind of the best way to put it. Like inspired, it's going to make you feel a little bit more focused. So a lot of these things are coming in for you guys. With conclusions are within reach, this is kind of just something I want to reiterate, that the cards are saying that whatever you're working on, whatever problem is stressing you out right now, conclusions are within reach, right? And with victory here, I feel like this is going to go well. I feel like the problem that you're thinking about or the thing that's going on in your life right now, I feel like you're going to achieve a victory with it. And it's going to come from adapting to the opposite orientation that you're already currently in. So yeah. It's interesting because with the full moon eclipse, I'm seeing like a sudden thing where it feels like with the full moon, maybe you're like at the peak of this problem solving stuff. Maybe you're at the peak of it, and all of a sudden with that, I'm getting this image of like a sudden kind of switch into the other reality, right? So with this Queen of Wands here, it's like a sudden switch into extroversion or a sudden switch into introversion, and then it just feels really good. And you're like, whoa, how come I didn't recognize this sooner? Like I've been putting so much pressure on myself to be this one way when the other way feels so good right now. So I'm definitely seeing that like whatever way you're moving into, you're going to have some steady work habits. It's going to be very beneficial. So for another example, sorry, a lot of information is coming to me right now. Another example could be like maybe you are constantly going to coffee shops to do all your homework or something like that. And you're just, maybe you keep running into people and you keep having conversations and they keep wanting to talk to you or something like that. And you just want some peace and quiet, right? Or you think you don't even realize you want some peace and quiet. Maybe coffee shops have always been the best place that you've worked or something like that. And maybe one day the coffee shop's closed or something, or they have an accident happens and the coffee shop closes. So for example, you have to like work at home and you realize, wow, I'm way more productive at home with this particular task. Like I wouldn't have assumed this. I've always been good at working in coffee shops. So the thing is that your angels are bringing into you basically a different work environment or a different environment where you can be more productive. So I think that's about it for group 1. I really enjoyed reading for you guys. It was a pleasure. Thank you for letting me read for you. With that said, we're going to move on to group 2 with the Rhodonite. If you guys like this reading, please like or comment below. If you really enjoyed this reading and you resonated with my energy, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're always welcoming new subscribers here at Cody Tarot. And with that said, we'll move on to group 2 with the Rhodonite. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Bye. Hey, group 2. This is if you picked the Rhodonite, this red stone right here. So let's get into your reading. First, I'm going to draw a card. Well, first I want to say I'm really excited to read for you guys today. It is an honor and a pleasure, and I'm happy to be here. So with magical spell cards, this next deck I'm going to use is Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. So we're going to draw a card from here. Hope you guys are doing well. I had a lot of energy today, just running around doing things, and yeah, just thought I'd wrap up the day filming a reading for you guys. Okay, let's see what card wants to come out for group 2 on what big change and blessing is coming their way. We have glamour on top. Okay, I see you guys. Then we're going to pull a Moonology card. I'm using this to represent timing because I wanted to get into timing for this reading. I wanted to like stretch my you know, abilities and see if I could do some timing. So not my strength, but sometimes it's good to work on our strengths just to see if we can push ourselves to read for, you know, those things. So let's see, Moonology card. Let's see what card wants to come out for timing for group 2's big positive change coming their way. What card wants to come? Okay, this card. It says, Cardinal Moon, be bold and make the first move. It's possible the timing of this is based on you guys or when you decide to make a move in this. That's a possibility. I'm going to keep it open until I get all the cards out, and I'll get the full picture once the cards are on the table. So let's see. Now we're going to get some tarot cards. Oh yeah, by the way, the Moonology deck is by Yasmin Boland if you want to purchase that deck. Okay. These cards feel really relaxed for some reason. And I'm feeling drawn to pulling them kind of in a really relaxed, just chill way. I don't know, this feels like a very chill reading. Okay, and then let's get a playing card for you guys. It's going to help me determine timing, and it's also going to help me determine part of the nature of the blessing too. So I'm using this for both things, kind of the same way the Moonology card is being utilized. Okay, what card wants to come out? Okay, this card does something else. Oh, we have the Nine of Diamonds. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'll move that over to center it. Okay, so let me take a look at this and we'll get into your reading. Wow, okay. This is kind of an interesting reading. Because there's a lot of different factors at play into like one big kind of blessing that's coming in is kind of how I'm seeing it. So first of all, with the Nine of Diamonds here, the Nine of Diamonds talks about closing a chapter on something that you valued or something that you thought was a value or something that you treasured is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. It can mean like spending a lot of money, but I'm not seeing that in this reading. I'm seeing that it's closing the chapter on something that you valued or like a character trait that you valued or something along those lines. Or a personality trait, kind of with the Queen of Pentacles here. I'm seeing something about how you guys, your personality was with money and wealth in general. It kind of was affecting your wealth, this personality trait. And it's changing. This personality trait is changing, or you're kind of letting go of it or stepping into a new role, basically. So it's interesting. I think the reason this came out as a Diamonds is more for the timing, and the 9 is more for letting go of what you've had in the past. So for example, with the timing of this blessing, I think that with the Diamonds here, it could be happening in the fall. It's like, when am I filming this video? Springtime. So basically it could happen in like 6 months from now, probably, or something along those lines, if you're watching this video when it first comes out. But whenever you're watching this video, it's probably going to happen next fall, probably under a cardinal moon. So I'm trying to think of like also cardinal signs that are in the fall. And I think Libra is the cardinal sign that's mainly in the fall. So maybe there's some kind of like Libra moon where this could be happening. So maybe not necessarily in the fall, but maybe if this is happening sooner, this could be happening at the next Libra moon. So the next time the moon is in Libra, this could be happening. And that actually makes the most sense because honestly, with glamour here, this is talking about physical beauty and how you come across in your appearance. And Libras tend to have that kind of thing about their appearance that makes them extra, like, that people are like, ooh, let me double check, look over there, you know? So I feel like this is kind of something is coming through with, first of all, your physical appearance, but your physical appearance somehow is connected to your wealth is kind of what I'm seeing. And so this next thing that's coming in, it's going to be a moment that, first of all, I feel like on one hand, you're going to start to pay attention to beauty. Basically, like your taste in clothing might change. Your taste in how you want to dress yourself might change. There might be something that you notice in someone else where you're like, whoa, I want to dress like that. Or I noticed that piece of artwork. Oh my God, I love the colors in that piece of artwork. How can I incorporate that onto my physical being? I feel like you guys are going to be using yourself as a canvas. And it's interesting. I feel like when you're looking into the mirror as you maybe if you're doing your makeup or you're fixing your hair or something like that, when you look into the mirror, you're going to be seeing yourself in a different way and you're creating a different persona. Also, I'm seeing that really gazing into the mirror and looking into your own appearance and kind of how do I put this? Changing things that you see in the mirror, while you're looking at yourself, kind of changing your perspective on how you view your face or something like that could alter your physical reality. It's like changing your perception of your body could alter your reality. And so if you guys don't have a strong imagination, I recommend using makeup or beauty products or something to change yourself into different looks, because I am seeing that you're going to start to notice a correlation between certain looks that you have and your wealth situation. So what do I mean by this? So, for example, with the Queen of Pentacles, this is talking about you coming into kind of a more caring kind of energy where you're kind of caring for others. And also I'm seeing that there's this vibe of really reflecting on what you found beautiful in the past and then turning that into some kind of wealth opportunity. So for a lot of you, this could just mean becoming artists or becoming more in touch with your artistic talents, or maybe because there's so many pentacles here, I do have to say that this change coming in is a blessed one financially, and especially with the Nine of Diamonds here. I'm seeing that kind of how you alter your physical appearance in this new period of time is going to affect your wealth, right? First of all, with the Four of Pentacles, I'm seeing that one thing that you guys might be focusing on is saving your resources or saving your money or keeping your resources to yourself. But also I'm seeing with the Two of Pentacles here, you're kind of juggling those resources as well. So one thing that I'm seeing is that there's a lot of planning with money is kind of what I'm seeing mainly. I am seeing a lot of money coming in just through people seeing your appearance and kind of liking your new look or offering to treat you or something, because there's something about your appearance that's causing other people to want to give you money. And I know that's a little odd, right? Because, but it's something that's happening. It's and with glamour here, for a lot of you, say you're not into using makeup or you're not into putting makeup on or doing your hair or anything like that, looking into the mirror and infusing your face or your image with affirmations, I think could benefit you, because then when other people see your face, they're looking at those affirmations and they're feeling rewarding you for those, if that makes sense. So that's where the glamour comes in. It's glamour mixed. So you can think of a typical, I don't know if any of you guys are into witchcraft or have ever practiced. A glamour spell is where you do a spell to alter the way people perceive you or your physical appearance. So, basically what you're doing in the mirror is you're infusing yourself with these specific things, and that causes your money situation to skyrocket and go up, basically. I see that you guys are going to want to be accumulating in this period of time. This is a time to receive money from others. It's interesting because Nine of Diamonds talks about money going out as well, and Two of Pentacles talks about money being maneuvered back and forth, or monitoring your own resources, or kind of spending money on here, but then saving money here. So I feel managing your wealth is coming into a bigger view here, but there is a kind of vibe of accumulation and accumulating money. And then at the same time, knowing when to release it, right? So I feel it's almost with this progression of events, if I'm looking at this chronologically, right? We have looking at what you kind of want to use money for, what your values are from the past and how you want to care for others and provide for others. But at the same time, having that being reflected back onto you and you guys receiving a lot of wealth, then also kind of manipulating that wealth, figuring out how you're going to use it, how you want to manipulate it, how you want to send it out, how you want to receive it. With this Three of Wands here, it's interesting. This card kind of stood out compared to everything else in the reading. And I just see that this is something that it's you're feeling, the vibe I'm getting from the Three of Wands here is a peaceful vibe. You're just feeling peaceful. And so I feel through this whole process, you're going to feel more satisfied or more relaxed about the flow of resources in your life. And it's all about the flow, right? It's about letting things come in and go out. I do see that you guys are mainly going to be accumulating more wealth in this period. You're going to be mainly be gathering resources, right? Or gathering gifts and stuff from other people. The Nine of Diamonds says that eventually this money will go out. So don't get too attached to the money. It's the abundance is kind of telling you that like it's time to accumulate right now before to release it. But also with the Nine of Diamonds, what I was talking about initially was that there's this mindset or this value of like, my appearance doesn't change anything, or my appearance doesn't affect my world around me, or something like that. I am saying that you guys, the value of kind of like looking, how do I put this? Of not infusing your appearance or your body with attributes, I'm seeing that's changing. You guys are actually feeling that like the body and the body that you have can be a useful tool to getting what you want in this lifetime. So with be bold and make the first move, I see that a lot of this stuff is based on like just when you're ready to do it. And I feel like a lot of you are already in the process of this. You're already in the process of like, you might be in the beginning stages where you're looking at other people, or you're looking at other artists, or you're looking at other creators, and you're seeing their styles, and your mind's just like spinning with like creative ideas for like, oh, how can I adopt that? Or how can I use that? Or what can I make with that? And for a lot of you, I'm also seeing glamour doesn't have to be your physical body. It can be that you're creating an artwork, or you're creating a painting or something like that. And whatever painting you're creating right now, or whatever artwork you're creating, I see that it's a reflection of yourself. It's a reflection of your values. It's a reflection of how you want to be perceived. And I see that just through creating this artwork, it's like looking into a mirror. When you're painting on this painting, you're literally spiritually painting on your own body. Even though it's going to be on a canvas or on a paper or whatever, or you're drawing on a paper, whatever it is that you're artistically creating, you're altering how people perceive you through those creations, if that makes sense. So with be bold and make the first move, I'm seeing that coming up, you're going to start to notice that with your money or your resources, you might notice that you're like losing money, or there might be like little signs that it's like, oh, I might lose some money here, or I might lose some money here, or there might be a little situation here or there where it feels like you're starting to lose your resources, if that makes sense. And so with be bold and make the first move, this is just saying that it's time to get creative. It's time to create. It's time to paint. It's time to draw. It's time to do your own makeup. It's time to fix your hair. It's time to alter your appearance, right? I'm seeing that all of this is going to change your reality. Essentially, it's basically a way of manifesting that's using your own physical form. Let me see if I see anything else. You guys might actually be trying to hold on to your resources right now because you want to spend it on something in the future. That's something that I'm seeing for some of you. You might be trying to save up your money right now because there's something you want to buy and you can't afford it right now, or there's something that you're looking to purchase in the future. It's interesting because with this glamour card, I see that you're literally painting your way into becoming the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is like an independent woman. She knows how to provide for herself and others with relative ease. She's caring, she's nurturing. She knows how to take care of others without zapping her own energy. She's also very, with the bunny here, she's a very like fertile queen. So I feel like there could be like a vibe of like sex appeal too when you guys are working on this painting or working on your physical makeup or something like that. There is this vibe of like having an appeal or like an attractiveness to others is kind of what I'm seeing. And you're kind of being imbued with the attributes of Libra. I'm getting a very like Libran kind of like energy here, where it's like there's almost like a peaceful kind of caring kind of nature coming through. So I feel like a lot of you, there might be the timing here is interesting for a lot of you because I feel like this has to do with something like transiting your natal area where Libra is, or maybe some of you have like Libra in the first house or something like that. Like I have a Libra ascendant, so I have this appearance of a Libra, right? So you guys might be having something that's kind of giving you for a time being like an appearance of a Libra. But yeah, let's see. This card just makes me feel so peaceful and at ease. It's almost like once you've accumulated this wealth, it's almost like the thing you're waiting to pay for, or the thing you want to use this money for, is something that's coming in the future, and you just want to make sure that by the time it comes, you have the resources to attain it, right? Or you have the resources to pay for it. So I am seeing that, like, there's this period of peace where you're just waiting. And it's funny, this guy doesn't have shoes on. So I feel like there might be a small sacrifice, like, you know, not being able to buy like a pair of shoes or something like that. But like with this small sacrifice, it's almost like you're just waiting for your ship to come in. You're waiting for that thing to come in, that you're ready to make that purchase. You know, maybe you are planning to go to a concert, or maybe you are planning to, maybe you need a new car, a brand new car, right? Because the Three of Wands can talk about journeys and travel. And so I'm thinking ships, cars, transportation. So maybe you need some kind of like vehicle or something. And so you're trying to save up money for this vehicle. So I see all of this helps. This glamour is helping you kind of deal with this kind of energy. To attract wealth into your life. I see that you guys are also going to be able to save money pretty easily. You're going to be managing your money better. With the Queen of Pentacles here, you might even be making more money in your job or something like that, or getting more clients or something like that. So I do see a lot of good things coming in with this glamour. And it's interesting how it's attached to the appearance. It also reflects, you know, the resources within, if that makes sense. There's just one more thing I want to talk about with Be Bold to make the first move, but the thought is like in the back of my head, but I'm trying to bring it to the front. You might also be, with the Queen of Pentacles here and Cardinal Moon, you might be starting new projects. Or like you might be starting a new project with this glamour thing, right? So when I'm talking about the artistic and the painting and stuff, or changing your makeup or changing your appearance, you might be actually starting a new project while this is all happening, if that makes sense. Or like something coming in is like a new project or a new thing to manage or something, and it's called, you're being called to be caring and nurturing, and also to put your best foot forward with this new project. So that's for some of you that you're having a new project coming through, and it's basically saying that it's like, feel free to be bold and make the first move. And I feel like a lot of you want to, you know, that's kind of the vibe that I'm saying. It's like you're ready for the next step is kind of the vibe that I'm seeing. And so I feel like it's going to come very naturally to make the first move, but it's just saying that like you have the things in place. It's just saying kind of like, make sure you put your best foot forward and make sure you're like caring and considerate is kind of the vibe that I'm seeing. Yeah, it's almost like you guys thought appearance didn't matter, or like certain artistic things in life didn't matter, or beauty didn't matter. And I feel like you're relinquishing a little bit of that in favor of exploring this area of your life a little bit, which is really beautiful. It's really cool. It can be a lot of fun to alter our physical appearance and see how we can be different people and stuff like that. So I'm really like happy for you guys. This is going to be a really cool journey for you. So with that said, I'm going to end the reading there. If you like this reading, feel free to like or comment below. If you really enjoyed this reading and you resonated with my energy, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're always welcoming new subscribers here at Cody Tarot. And with that said, we're going to move on to the group 3 with the blue lace agate. It was truly an honor to read for you guys. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next pick a card. Bye. Hey, group 3. This is if you picked the blue lace agate right here. Such a cool stone. One of the very first stones I've ever purchased for my crystal collection. I think it was the first stone I saw when I was at this rock and gem show, and this was like the first time I've ever bought crystals. And yeah, I didn't buy it when I first saw it because I thought it was too expensive, and then I went back and bought it later because I couldn't pass it up because I just love this particular crystal so much, this one blue lace agate. So and it's like never leaving, my baby. Anyway, so a cool stone that you guys picked. Let's get into the reading. This is going to be the blessing coming in for you guys, or the change coming in. What's changing in your life? What new change is on the horizon? So we're going to pull from this magical spell cards, and the deck creator of this deck is Lucy Cavendish. Let's do one more shuffle, and we'll see what changes are coming in for group 3. We have, I feel like taking both of these. We have strength and study. I I feel like I'm going to put the image right there. And so we'll have, yeah, let's do that. Okay, you guys got 2 cards. Fun. Okay, and then we're going to get a Moonology card to help with timing and to also see when this change is taking place, and also when or what else you need to know about this situation. Okay, so let's get some. Okay, this card wants to come out. We have the 2 of Wands. Okay, what else is coming through? This card wants to come out. We have the Page of Swords. I just flipped this upright. I am taking reversals in this reading, but I didn't remember that, so I flipped it upright. If there are any more reversals, I'm gonna keep them that way, but because I didn't remember, I'm taking it upright, basically. Okay, we have the King of Swords. What else needs to come? This one wants to come through. We have the 6 of Wands in reverse. And I'm going to draw a playing card for you guys to help with timing of your blessing or the change coming in. And yeah, it's also going to give me a little bit of info about it's funny, group 2, even though this is group 3, group 2, I realized they had a 9, and I used the month in group 1. So maybe in group 2, if you're with someone who's in group 2, maybe this is a specific message for your friend who's watching. And if you also watch group 2 or you're picking group 2, their blessing could come in September, the 9th month. Let's see. Okay, let's focus back on group 3. What playing card needs to come out for group 3? This one's kind of peeking its head out. We have the 4 of Clubs. Okay. Okay, this reading might be shorter than the other ones because I'm not sure there's too much excess information that needs to come through. Maybe more will come through as I do the reading, but the message is pretty straightforward as far as the next change coming in. First of all, the cards want to let you know, with have faith in your dreams, that it's important to believe in what you want to happen in your life, right? I'm seeing that for a lot of you, you're in school. That's kind of the main vibe that I'm getting. For a lot of you, you're in school, or there's something that you're studying or focused on or trying to learn that is really taking up a lot of your energy, or will be taking up a lot of your energy. For you guys, I'm seeing that with the Strength card, you're going to be getting strength in your studying. Or so if, for example, it's like you're going to be, how do I put this? Like you just read these quotes and it'll make a lot of sense. It says, strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. I'm imagining someone who's like up, before a test or something, and they're cramming the last hour before they have to take the test. It's like all the strength comes to them with the study. It says, let my mind be clear and strong. Let me study well and long. I feel like there's kind of this vibe of really dedicating yourself to your studies. So whatever's coming up next in your life, I feel like you're going to be learning something really important, something you're really focused on studying, and you're going to have the strength to really focus on it. With have faith in your dreams, it's just saying that like you guys are on the right path. Like the right way forward. You know what you want to do. You know the steps you need to take. So this studying and this strength is just something that you're kind of been praying for, right? Or this is something that you've been wanting, because I see that studying this specific thing, or studying this, whatever this thing that you're studying, or this, I don't know what it is, because for a lot of you it's going to be different because it's a general reading, but whatever, you're going to get a lot of strength and ability to study in this next phase of your life. I am seeing that a little bit of manifestation could be beneficial in this period, specifically because I'm looking at this moonology deck, and with the waxing crescent moon, I am seeing that it could happen fairly quickly. With the new moon considered like when you're planting your manifestations, right? And then they kind of develop in the full moon. I am seeing that if you're kind of looking for a quick, I believe the next new moon in coming up is on April 20th, I think. But yeah, with have faith in your dreams, if you just like manifest something on the new moon, I feel like it's going to come pretty quickly. And this is kind of a vibe that I'm seeing that's kind of like, this is kind of like if you just like will it or want it, it's going to come pretty quickly. The key here is having faith in your dreams. It's almost like the universe is going to support you and provide you gifts and endurance to accomplish your dreams if you have faith that you chose the right path. I am seeing this kind of like double-edged sword, right? Sword cards, double-edged sword. With King of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Swords. It's almost like with the Two of Wands, twos kind of sometimes represent like decisions, or at least the Two of Swords does, right? It represents a decision and you having to use your intuition. This is a little bit different. This card is basically saying that like you want certain things on this planet, in this world, and you want to achieve them. This Two of Wands is pointing to two different like modalities, right? You can either be the master of what you want and kind of like know in your heart of hearts that what you like having the confidence essentially to know what you want and to go for it. Or you could be the Page of Swords, the person who holds back, doubts, hesitates, has maybe a more interesting mental landscape than the King of Swords, right? But doesn't achieve their dreams, doesn't go after their dreams because they want to stay a dreamer. They want to be someone who, you know, thinks of their dreams rather than trying to achieve them. So with having faith in your dreams, this is mainly saying have faith that you can accomplish your dreams, or that your dreams, you can live them in reality, right? This Two of Wands card is always representing someone who's in like their own home, right? They're in their own home or on their own balcony, but they have this globe in their hand and they're looking at this globe like, where can I go? What country do I want to visit? Where can I travel to, right? What destination can I get to? And it's kind of a metaphor for your reading in a sense, because I'm seeing that you want to have faith in your destination, or that you pick the right destination because you did, right? With this being at home, right? It's kind of indicating that like, here's the paths, right? You have this guy looking this way with the world to the King of Swords, and his back is turned to the Page of Swords. So I'm inclined to say that you guys are leaving this kind of hesitant self behind you, and you're evolving from the Page to the King, right? This could be a journey in general where you're evolving with your intellect, right? Where you're starting as a baby with your intellect, or with your studies, you're starting as someone who starts from the lowest totem pole as far as like how you're thinking and what you're studying, and you're you're not the smartest person in the class, right? Like maybe the thing is by the time you're finished, you will be the smartest person, right? Or you will have accomplished so much that you're a master at what you do, right? This is just saying have faith in your dreams, have faith in the fact that you've wanted this for so long, or that you really desire this, right? The fact that you believe this is going to be something that is going to make your dreams come true, if you have more faith in that dream, it'll motivate you along the way, right? That's the key to manifesting this, right? With the waxing crescent moon, it's basically saying like right after that new moon, right? Like right after that new moon, it's going to like happen, right? It's like, and so this is just talking about the strength to study. This is talking about having the power to achieve this goal. It's talking about, and specifically for a lot of you, I feel like this is very strongly, for a lot of you, this is an educational goal. This is something you're trying to learn. Maybe you're trying to get a degree. And with this mastery here with the King of Swords, it's almost like this could be, King of Swords sometimes comes across as like a master's degree. So for a lot of you, you're trying to achieve a high status in education to get that really good job, or to achieve your dream that you wanted. So you're looking to study something. For those of you who are, you know, like me, and you self-study instead of going to school. You just love learning things on your own, right? This is something where it's like, this is going to provide you the strength to learn what you need to learn to chase your dreams, to fulfill your dreams. Yeah, let's get further into the reading. So one card that's coming up with the Six of Wands here in reverse, this is something that is coming up as something that could tempt you on your path. Now, I see that like one thing, it's kind of like a path you could go down, but the cards are urging you to follow your heart and your dreams and where you're trying to go. Because I'm seeing that with this Six of Wands, I'm seeing that you guys have this ability to be very popular if you wanted to. Or there's something along the lines of that you have a likable, popular nature, or there's something along the lines of you being recognized by others, or having this, maybe you're very beautiful or something and people recognize your beauty, or maybe you're very fun loving and you're a very happy person, so people just want to be in your presence. Whatever it is, whatever trait that makes you admired by others, I'm seeing that sometimes this trait can hold you back, because it's almost like it's taking you away from the strength and the studying to achieve your goals. Now, the interesting thing is, I'm seeing that you guys might be watching this thinking like, oh, how am I gonna ever relax if I'm just constantly focused on my work all the time or trying to achieve this dream? This pile is not going to be for you guys. This pile is for people who have this dream. It's their passion. They're dedicated to it. They're just doubting that they can do it, right? They're doubting that they have the ability to push through all this schoolwork or all this knowledge to achieve their goal. The truth is, you guys do, right? Some of this popularity is kind of slowing you down or holding you back from like accomplishing that mission, right? And I'm not saying like cut off your friends, right? I'm not saying that. Like, obviously spend time with your friends, but there's kind of things that come to a limit. If your people want your attention, but you really have this goal to focus on, you have to kind of buckle down and focus on this goal, right? And you guys will know who these people are. It's almost like when there's a thing with like being popular sometimes where it's like you're too popular, right? And you want just some space and time alone to like focus or think. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. And so I do see this kind of progression, right? Of moving out of kind of like the limelight into kind of a more like beginning stage of education, moving away and focusing on your dreams and getting that kind of master's position, or that position of self-knowledge. I feel like you guys are gonna have self-knowledge, self-respect, and you're gonna be recognized. You're gonna be looked up to in a different way than you were with your, like, there's some kind of natural talent you have, but it's not satisfying for you guys to sit on that. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. It's like, maybe you have good looks, maybe you have like the fun personality. Those are the two things that are kind of coming through, but maybe it's not, it's almost like you guys need the journey and the overcoming of obstacles in order to feel satisfied. It's like you want to work for it, or you want to feel like you worked for it, and you want to feel like you kind of came out the other end and achieved something, right? And the six of wands can talk about this, right? And when it's in reverse, it can talk about private achievements versus public achievements. So something that I'm seeing is, maybe you guys, this is a good time, or something that you'll start to do, is to set milestones for yourself. Like, okay, when I overcome this class that I'm taking, or when I achieve this exam, I'm going to go out and celebrate, right? So maybe you use that as a way to kind of motivate yourself to achieve these goals. Four of Clubs here talks about, clubs are representative of summertime. So summertime could be really important for achieving these dreams. Maybe you guys take summer classes, or maybe school's in session in the summer where you live. But also Four of Clubs, on a more like tangible level, talks about like stability in your mind, right? One thing that I'm seeing is, once you put that faith into your dreams, and I feel like you guys were going to do this. I feel like you're teetering beyond on these two paths. It's like, am I going to follow this passion, or I'm losing motivation, or should I follow it, or should I just stick with my head, or can I achieve this? I feel like once you put faith into your dreams, you will have the strength to study like nonstop. You'll have stability of mind. It's going to feel very blessed when you're studying. It's almost like every class you take is going to bring you further or closer and closer to your passion, and each class is going to be more interesting than the next. It's like you've gained this renewed sense of fascination for school, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And so with Four of Clubs here, I do see that this ability to kind of have this kind of peace of mind while going and accomplishing this goal. For those of you, because this is a general reading, and I feel like, and if you made it to this far, but you're like, I'm not, studying anything, or I'm not learning anything, I feel like this could be something along the lines of, like, maybe you're learning a new skill, like maybe you're trying to learn how to like paint or craft or something along those lines. And this is just about like trying to learn that new skill and knowing that it is your dream to do this, right? Like, with have faith in your dreams, I see that for you guys, that you guys have this, you want to do it, is kind of the vibe that I'm seeing. And it's just a matter of like, you will have fun studying with this strength and study card. You're gonna have fun accomplishing this goal. You're gonna have peace of mind. It's not gonna feel chaotic or anxiety driven or something like that. It's just a matter of bringing those dreams to light and, in a way, becoming the master of your own destiny. So with that said, I'm going to end the reading there. I really enjoyed reading for you guys. It was a lot of fun. If you like this reading, feel free to like or comment below. If you really like this reading and you resonated with my energy, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're always welcoming new subscribers here at Cody Tarot. And with that said, we're going to end the readings there. There's no more groups, sadly. I'm only doing 3 today. Anyway, so I'll see you guys in the next pick a card. Thank you again so much for watching, and toodaloo.